Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is season 1, episode 23. Last time around, whoa, that was some really tough episodes. Both with, losing the Levi squad and seeing them getting squashed by the female Titan, and then them getting back with all. I was about to say with all the bodies of the dead, but they even had to dump a lot of them on their way there. And yeah, that was just a really sad and emotional episode, I would say. And you most likely noticed this. I didn't, but someone made me aware that the sigil that Levi, he passes on to someone else. And passes it off as being someone else's
Detours or whatever.
yeah, detour or something like that. Yeah, and another person's badge, but it was of course Petrus. But he just in that moment decided that it's gonna mean more to this person than me if I just say it's from this guy that he knew and lost and was very sad about. So that was just a very sweet moment with Levi, and we actually getting more and more of those.
Sacrifice and another of his small sacrifices.
Yes, I'm really warming up to this guy. I guess you can probably tell by now. But what the fuck now? Because they got back and they now have to hand Eren over to the military police, most likely. And we have been talking a little bit back and forth about, okay, so the military police, how actively are they actually working against the survey call? How much do they know?
Yeah, but that's a theory for the post discussion.
Yes. I do want to mention, however, that I think we've both kind of moved away from this whole, it's Krista that's the female Titan. Perhaps. And it was just because I started thinking a little bit more about Annie again. The fact that she wasn't there, and we know there's something about her past, but we don't really know a lot about it. And then remember
she's the only person that's not actively cervical.
Yes.
And never was gonna be.
Exactly. And even going back to like the training episodes, she was like really good and took down Eren and took down Sean as well, I think it was. Or was that Reiner? I think it was Sean. Either way, really good at that stuff, and so is the female Titan. So it's just maybe there's something to that, or maybe it's just another. Nope, that's not it. Keep theorizing. We'll see. Are you ready to jump into this one?
Yes, I just want to quickly say, I haven't been feeling all too well today, so that's just why I'm like
getting extra comfy and cozy.
Under the blanket and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm a bit fried, it's because I've been working every day for 7 days in a row, and I'm a bit tired at this point. So you know.
Yeah. But let's do this. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Couldn't do that. All right, and here we go. Smile.
Wait, that's not... Oh.
We're actually starting with Annie. Okay, that makes me think that it might actually be her.
Yeah.
なんだ、知らなかったのか。巨人の小僧と主要幹部が王都に召喚されるんだとよ。今日この町を通るぜ。
ま、今度こそ解剖で決まりだろうな。
これ以上人の手で壁を汚すというのか。マリア、ローゼ、シーナ、3つの女神を人の手で汚すなど断じて許されることではない。
Wow.
ごめんね、ハニー。
お前は最近緩みすぎだぞ。
ほっといてやれよ。兄はあのトロスタクから来たんだぞ。この支部でも唯一の実戦経験者だ。まだ言えるわけないだろう。地獄を見てきたばかりなのに。
Just came back from hell.
今日はいつもの雑務とは違う仕事をやってもらう。調査兵団の一行が王都へ召喚される件だ。護送自体は憲兵団本部の仕事だから、我々はこの町を通過する間だけでいい。護送団を何から守ればいいのでしょうか。この壁の中で王政に逆らう者など 聞いたことがありません。もうお前真面目だな。すべて任せて。詳細はこれに書いてあるからな。
What?
Okay. Don't.
我々上官たちは忙しい。お前たちだけでやり通してみろ。ああ、お待たせ。続きやっか。誰の番だっけ？
Lazy son of a bitch.
自分のことしか考えることができないクズが。
憲兵団を選んだ時点でお前も同類だろうが。
同類じゃない。俺は憲兵団を正しくするためにここに来た。
This guy's got some principles and whatnot.
規律を正し、不正に手を染める奴らには相応の報いを受けさせる。ただ普通の人間に戻す。それだけだ。
That's
人
all.
本来の正しい姿に。
せいぜい頑張れや。
どうだろう。あんたみたいないい人が体制を占めちまったらそれこそしまいだと思うけどね。
Okay.
私はそういう人がいることを知ってる。
Yeah.
大きな流れに逆らうってとても勇気がいることだから尊敬するよ。
現場に着いたら各自持ち場を確認しておけ。いいな。
へいへい。ちょっと。
Being in the military police is definitely quite different than being in the Soviet Corps.
一体何やって。
Bribery?
Sure looks like it.
官給品を横流ししてるってわけか。
Mm.
やっべえ、あいつ本当に本物じゃん。
せいぜい楽しませてもらおうぜ。
He's actually trying to do some good and he's being ridiculed for it.
官給品の横領は犯罪です。いやいや、新兵にして上官を恐喝するとはな。お前さんの将来が楽しみだよ。女でも買ってすっきりしてきな。
Oh. I do not like these people. Fucking A. Poor Hollow.
おい。
And you're gonna intervene?
上官への反逆罪で逮捕するぞ。ふざけるな。
Wow.
そんな無法が許されるんだ。ここじゃな。
いや、すみませんね。バカがご迷惑かけちゃったみたいで。
今度だけだ。
Okay. Nice save, I guess.
やれば不正に手を染めるやつには相応の報いを受けさせるんでしょう。私も付き合ってもいいけど。
That's ominous.
Mm-hmm.
お姉ちゃんが頑張ってることは分かってんだよ。
お前の知り合い、さっき言ったそのバカならやったのか。
Probably.
かもね。
Maybe.
私はただそうやって流されるような弱いやつでも人間と思われたいだけ。
Huh. Sort of cryptic there?
Mm-hmm.
But we agree now, she's definitely the female Titan, right? Even just getting a second look at, just her eyes. Yeah. Sometimes like the way they frame her as well seems reminiscent. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
And her love for Eren.
Oh,
いや、もうすっかり憲兵団だね。
アルミ。
Armin. Oh, fuck. Did he figure it out? We know he's smart. So
Think so?
would he confront her?
兄、エレンを逃がすことに協力してくれないかな。
okay, no, mind.
逃がすってどこに？
調査兵団の一部による犯行行為って体だけど、時間を作ってその間に審議会勢力をひっくり返すだけの材料を揃える。
そんな都合のいい何かがあるの？根拠は？
ごめん、言えない。
黙っといてやるから勝手に頑張んな。
兄、お願いだ。説得力がないことは分かってる。でもそれでももう大きな賭けをするしかないんだ。どうしても憲兵団の力が必要なんだ。もうこれしかない。
私がそんなにいい人に見えるの？
いい人か。自分にとって都合のいい人のことをそう呼んでいるだけのような気がするから。 全ての人にとって都合のいい人なんていないと思う。だから兄がこの話に乗ってくれなかったら、兄は僕にとって悪い人になるね。
いいよ。
Fine. Okay.
乗った。
Oh.
Ring?
Could it be connected to something? It is.
あとは影武者のちゃんがバレなきゃいいが、あれはそう長くは持たねえよ。
Oh shit.
二人は目つきが凶悪で似たような確認済みだから。
What? Thank you?
Thank you, Amen.
この町の入り組んだ地形が替え玉作戦の成功率を上げると思ったからさ。それに真っ向から逆らうよりも従順に振る舞って警戒心を解いた方が逃走の時間を稼げるしね。
納得したよ。
So are the rest of the survey corps like, are they all aware of this plan?
ここ。
うん、ここを通る。昔計画されてた地下都市の廃墟が残っているんだ。
Underground city. Huh.
まさか暗くて狭いところが怖いとか言うなよ。
そうさ、怖いんだ。あんたみたいな勇敢な死に急ぎ野郎にはきっとか弱い乙女の気持ちなんてわからないだろうさ。
You're not weak.
大男を空中で一回転させるような乙女はか弱くねえよ。
さっきからこの辺にはなぜか全く人がいないから。
Wait. Yes, they did fucking figure it out. And they were trying to get her underground.
一体いつからあんたは私をそんな目で見るようになったの？
Oh
バ
yeah.
ルミ。
マルコの立体起動装置を持っていたの。
What?
She killed him.
Oh, for fuck, that's how he...
Yeah.
生け捕りにした2体の巨人は兄が殺したの。
さあね。
でも兄だってあの時僕を殺さなかったから今こんなことになっているんじゃないか。
あの時なんでだろうね。
Deep down you are a good person?
だからつまんねえって言ってるだろうが。
話してよ兄。僕たちはまだ話し合うことだって。
もういい。これ以上聞いてられない。
Oh shit, Mikasa. The fuck? Annie?
アルミ、私があんたのいい人でよかったね。ひとまずあんたは賭けに勝った。でも私が賭けたのはここからだから。
Shit, move fast. Oh no no no. Oh fuck, it's too late. Oh. God damn it. What's up?
We started out by saying, oh, we have this new theory that it might be Annie, that we should actually just...
And then this whole episode like was just about that.
Yeah.
And everybody else already figured it out. And they were just trying to subdue her. Yeah, all right. But that was episode 23. All about Annie, as we just said. And we got there, at least, in the nick of time with theorizing about who the female Titan is. But to be fair, it was also one of the first people we did mention back then with like, who do we know that's blonde? And I think we mentioned Annie and just went away from it again.
Yeah, because it felt sort of out of place I just felt like it felt out of place for me that it was her, because she seemed like a good person that was just very,
Troubled.
Troubled and even hid herself or parts of herself. She was very closed off. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, and just thought that, well, because I am the person that I am, that some people with troubles might be Also because she was in the military police, so how would she know about what the Survey Corps are doing?
Yeah,
So,
I think that there's more to her past that we definitely don't know about. Like, how did she get to be the person that she is now and being the female Titan? So something definitely happened in the past there. But yeah, you're right. Like, she was always kind of secretive and closed off, and we knew there was something about her past, but we speculated that something with her father, and it might have something to do with abuse of some sort. Now it could be a whole different type of abuse if he was,
testing on her.
Yeah, testing stuff out on her, trying to turn her into a Titan. We don't know if it has anything to do with her father, but
just like Grisha did to
exactly
to Eren.
If it's kind of like a mirror thing with Eren,
but it also kind of makes sense in a way because she was crying and she knew these people, like that's why she kept Armin alive, and she knew who Eren was, and there's a reason why she didn't go to the Survey Corps because
yes, and she seems, especially in this episode, very conflicted inside. Like a lot of the time, like when people ask her about things, her opinion on things, like why did you do that? Why is that happening? And most of the time she's kind of like, maybe, I don't know, you're probably right. Like it's like she doesn't even necessarily know herself why she's doing certain things, or where it comes from. Something deep down, but I'm sure there's also like a grander plan or grander scheme there related to her and what she's supposed to do.
Definitely.
And the whole getting Eren, like I'm sure she didn't just do that for herself. So and must be working with someone to also gain information about what's going on in the Survey Corps, as you mentioned.
But in the end, well, not in the end, in the other end, in the start, when we were introduced to her place in the military police, like her buddies in the military police, they did say that she had a big day the day before. Oh wait, no, that was not that day.
No. They were just talking about that she's already been through a lot before joining up with the military police. The fact that she was from Trust, and like everything that went down there, like she was a part of that. They weren't. So I think that's why they were like, okay, yeah, you've been through a lot recently, so that they were kind of being like, okay, so that makes sense to us why you're tired, but there was also kind of like a double meaning there to us because we sort of knew, or at least it was hinted at, that she just went through something else as the female Titan, and that's why she's really tired, and not what happened before that. But
yeah, and I couldn't help but it sounded like they knew what she was doing and that she was the female Titan, and then I couldn't help but think, what if faction-wise? What if it's actually faction against faction? So it's actually military police against Survey Corps. So like it's the factions that are fighting each other for. Still, I have no idea what their motive is.
Power in some way, or they have very different, outlooks on like what to do to help humanity, or
but if you this whole episode, there was, as you said, that Annie was conflicted, and she was like almost like she was weighing her options all the time. She's definitely very smart and very intelligent, but she asked Armin about like good people, and I think there's just this whole episode was just one big back and forth, like what is a good person, and she even talked about like she knew of one person that would not ever go with the flow or something. Was that the thing she said? And he was
about Eren?
Okay. That he would stand up, and he was actually, even though it might be stupid, he would go against the flow. Yeah. And then this guy in the military police who wanted to fight corruption and be one of the good guys and everything. Then she started questioning him, and
Marlowe, I think.
Marlowe, yeah, exactly. And I just thought it was pretty interesting the way that she reacted to it, and also the way that she then talked about Eren. And it seems like there's also when Armin talked about
good
Aaron
people
and good
yeah,
people, then she clearly listened to that.
yeah.
And I can't help but think that she's in some way infatuated, or she cares very deeply for Aaron. We also saw that when she lost him, she cried.
Yeah, as the female Titan, we noticed that. It seemed like Levi noticed that as well, that she was crying when he was taken away from her again after she caught him. So it's yeah, there's this. It seems like there's so much under the surface there with her character, and what you said about the underlying thing in this episode, and the notion of being a good person. A good person for whom. I like breaking it up into that, because no one's going to be a good person for everyone.
No.
So it totally depends on your point of view. But I also think, once again, there's an element of her with her being conflicted, that she also she thinks about she was contemplating whether or not she was a good person, perhaps, and yeah, it's very difficult to kind of gauge where she is right now, because we haven't seen her for a while, and then we were just thrown into this episode following her, and it seems like she doesn't even necessarily know herself who she is, or yeah.
It's just very hard. They live in a very crazy world, right? So it's very, maybe it's just very hard it's also very hard for us, I think, to figure out what is good and what is bad. And she even said, you say, it was very cryptic when she said that she just wanted people who, the weak people who go with the flow,
yes,
to be considered human as well.
Yes, so there is something fighting for something inside of that, or at least wanting to make some sort of change, and maybe that is inspired by people like Aaron, and that's why she's sort of infatuated with him, or just the notion of people like him going against the grain, and that is maybe she thinks that is what is needed to sort of change how things are at the moment and for humanity.
Yeah. She was even encouraging Marlo, to go ahead and confront the guys about the corruption. So maybe she is her, what would you say, her goal is to stand up for the poor people, and
the little guy,
exactly, the classical little guy, the people that has to go with the flow, because they don't have the strength or the courage to,
or they're not in a position, at least, to
they might not have that privilege.
Yeah, exactly. But I also do want to return to something you said with the whole notion of, okay, what about if the military police and the Survey Corps, they are actively working against each other? But yeah, I definitely want to dive more into that. But I do find it interesting through this episode, because we didn't really see anything from, the Survey Corps point of view. It was all from Annie's point of view, and seemed like a lot happened behind the scenes when they were making plans, and it was definitely their plan to take Annie underground. And all these people were just ready and standing by, and there were no military police around. Why not? Are the military police and the Survey Corps working together on this? And because there were just some stuff in there that, we still need some information to kind of draw up the lines between who's working with whom. And
and also with the military police and versus Survey Corps thing, it was just a very just a thing that just entered my mind. But they still want to dissect Erin. So if they had her all along, they would want to dissect her too, right?
If they knew that she was, this just might be something that the Survey Corps found out, and they have some sort of evidence, but not maybe enough, unless they get their hands on her. And the military police was like, okay, we're gonna let you do this mission, get your hands on her, and then you have to supply the proof that she's also a Titan. I don't know, it just seems like a lot happened. That
what I mean is, if let's say military police were the people behind the female Titan and that whole thing,
Yeah.
then they would know about her. And then why would they want to dissect Eren? Because they already had her and knew about her. So that's why it doesn't really hold up, that theory. So, yeah. Sorry,
True,
it was just...
No, it's fine. Like, we theorize in every which direction most of the time, so...
Sometimes it helps to say these things out loud, because then when you think it, then you're like, oh, no, that doesn't hold up, because then this and this and that.
And then you can rule it out.
Yeah.
Like, right now, it doesn't seem plausible that the military police knew about Annie and all of that, because it seems like they might be working with the Survey Corps on this one. But it ended with a bang, certainly. Turned into a fucking Titan again. All those poor people that was trying to pin her down. Yikes. So, fuck. Now there's a female Titan, or the female Titan is in the middle of Stohess. I think that was the name of it. And now we are almost at the very center, at least behind Wall Cena. So what kind of damage is that going to do? Can they stop her? Will Eren have to turn into a fucking... Titan again, or is Levi just gonna stand by and be ready to fucking take her out? Like, because he can probably do that. Yeah, damn.
Perhaps.
Fucking interesting. Do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
Yeah, just very quickly about Krista. I think it was on purpose, that it was kind of a misdirect.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing.
It could very well be, yeah.
Also dropping the hint, like, where's Krista? I think they were red herringing us.
Yeah, trying to steer us in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Even though, like, when we go back and think about it, and I get to watch the episodes a few more times when I'm editing, so I notice some stuff that maybe we don't catch like the first time around. And I did notice Krista like popping up and being, you know, like in there and like on the outskirts, and while stuff was going on with the female Titan. So
yeah, but I still knew that. That was why I was like, can you actually remote control the Titan?
Yeah,
that
that's
was
right.
the whole thing, because I knew she wasn't in the outskirts, so it didn't make sense that she would run around inside the forest while still being on the outskirts. So that must be like remote control, right?
Yeah, grasping at straws a little bit, maybe. But yeah.
Well, we don't know we don't know much.
True.
So
and they can, like, there are so many surprises inside of this series, so we're never gonna rule anything out. I think that's the safe thing to do. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 1 Episode 23. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.